All right, folks, welcome back for another episode. I wanted to welcome my next guest. He is a dope MC from the East Coast, but now based on the island of Hawaii. Wanted to welcome Young Deadleg. What's good? How are you?
What's good, my man? How you feeling?
I'm pretty good, man. Yeah, I hope you're enjoying the long weekend and just catching some rest. What's new?
Not much really, man. Just been working, grinding, and everything like that. Trying to lay low, save up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I got big things that I'm trying to put in play and put in motion, but I gotta even out first.
Yeah, hey, most definitely. It was great meeting you at the show that we played last month. Really killer set, but man, I always love expanding the network and just meeting good folks. So really good
I
to meet you
appreciate
that
that.
night.
I appreciate that. I like your set too. Your set was nice. I like
Yeah,
it.
thank you, man. Well, hey, let's go into your past. I always love taking it back just to understand, how where folks grew up and all that good stuff. So, hey, tell me where you were born, where did you grow up, and where you hang your hat these days exactly on the island.
So I was born back in Maryland. About 5 minutes from DC. So there's the train and metropolitan area that's normally called the DMV. Anything outside of the DMV is not metropolitan. Don't believe what nobody tell you. Anything outside the train reach is not DMV. But yeah, I grew up around there and everything. I didn't grow up in like the worst hood or the worst block. I mean, there was definitely a lot of people. I mean, a lot of places that were worse than where I stayed. But it wasn't exactly the best place neither. It was kind of those low key. It's like where you go to retire if you were, an ex gang member or left that life behind and everything. They had like a mix of OG Bloods or OG Crips there and everything back way back then. Most of them have either moved out or some stayed behind. Other people is just kind of like just drug dealers and stuff like that. But it wasn't crazy. Like they didn't really have like shootings or anything that would happen on a constant basis. I mean,
Yeah,
there'll be the one in the blue moon that would stray out, but other
yeah,
than that, it wasn't the worst. My upbringing wasn't really the worst. I had friends of all kinds, sat at every single table. Didn't matter if you know what I mean, if you were like a goth or you were like a nerd or if you were a dealer, anything. It doesn't matter. Like I sat
yeah.
at every single table, got in tune with
So,
everybody. And I might not be known, but if you see me, you would recognize me. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
for sure.
Yeah.
So,
So
hey, what fueled the move to Hawaii? It's just a change of environment, or just you got some family out here. What was the move for?
So Hawaii wasn't exactly on my bingo card.
Yeah.
Um, what you call 'em, my lady, she had talked about moving here and everything.
Oh,
This was back when I met her about 2022.
okay.
So, she talked about it and everything like that. She told me she used to live at Ever Beach and how
Okay.
beautiful it was and all this stuff. And I'm
Yeah.
originally I'm originally like from Puerto Rico. Like that's my nationality.
Oh,
And I've been there like a lot of times as growing up, and I always like the island vibe. It's part of me, it's part of who I am. Um, and I just never thought of like coming all the way out here. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But I've always known in my mind that I wouldn't stay in Maryland all my life. You know, things was getting rough. Um, and gentrification is a real thing. Some things are just like not how it's gonna be when you get older, and some places are gonna get more dangerous, some places aren't gonna get as dangerous, some places
Yeah.
are gonna lose that culture, and some places are gonna gain new culture. And that goes without saying with any place that you go to. But I've always wanted to see a lot more than what Maryland had to offer. And I've been other
Sure.
places. I've been all around the East Coast. I've been up to New York. I've been up to Jersey. I've been down Florida. I've been
Yep.
South Carolina, Georgia, all that, all the East Coast. But every time I would be on like a road trip or on a plane, I would think like, man, I wonder what it's like here. You
Yeah.
know. So she offered the idea because she works as a forensic autopsy.
Yep.
So she told me she used to live in DC, not live in DC. She used to work in DC, and it would be really hectic because the homicide rate and the
Yeah,
drug rate was like really
quite
high.
high.
People
Yep.
are constantly dying. She hated some of her coworkers because they wouldn't help her with some of the things, and she would come home exhausted. And she always told me that she would love to come to a place where it wouldn't be as bad, you
Yeah,
know?
sure.
So when she offered the idea of, hey, I sent an application over to Hawaii OCME,
Yep.
I want to let you know just in case, would you be down to move?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I mean, I kind of wanted it to be a 5-year plan, but
Yeah.
I'm down for whatever. She got
Yeah.
picked up, and then, the rest is history. We pretty much just said, all right, well, you got picked up. They asked you for an interview. She got the interview. She got the job, and it
Yep.
was just five year plan turned to a 5-week plan.
Okay. Wow, man. Hey, that's great though. While you're young, man, check it out. And so it's good, man. It's always good to try new things and explore. So you don't
Yeah.
necessarily have to commit, but it's a great place, man. I'm sure you're happy here.
Oh yeah, I love it. Like I love the diversity here. All the
Yeah, the
people that I've
vibe.
met. Yeah. It's
Good.
I like it better outside of
Waikiki
uh
area
yeah, because
for sure.
you meet more genuine people out here,
Okay.
but like back in Waikiki, it's like I don't know. It kind of feels like, I haven't been to LA, but I've heard about the LA attitude
Yeah.
where everyone believes that there's someone and there's kind of a sense of entitlement. I don't believe that that's like how it goes all the way
Okay.
in LA, but that I feel like there is a bad apple that spoils the bunch. And that's
Sure.
kind of how it's like here a little bit, at
Are you,
least
are
in
you stay
Waikiki.
are you staying in the Eva area or are you in the city?
I stay in Kaka'ako.
Okay, got it, man. Well,
Yeah.
good, man. Well, hey, talk to me about your first exposure to music. What kind of music were your parents bumping back in the day?
Shoot, man, as far back as it goes, the first thing, my mom had showed me a video of me dancing to Michael Jackson,
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
loved Michael
That's what's
Jackson
up.
as a baby. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
that's the dude right there. So,
yeah.
um, it evolved over time. My brother, I had an older brother, and he would listen to basically what is classified now as new metal. To me, it was
Okay,
just heavy metal,
sure.
death metal, black metal, all that, and I was really into metal at the time.
Yeah.
So he showed me a couple things, and then where I started kind of branching off and listening to my own thing instead of what he put me on to was I started listening to like underground stuff. So people like Atmosphere,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, like and that comes from video games that I played too. Like I played a lot of Tony Hawk games, and I'd listened to a lot of playlists on there, and I was like, man, some of these are
Interesting.
fire songs.
Yeah.
Or like Need for Speed games, stuff like that. And you would hear some real good bangers on there. So then I started listening to underground first. Then from underground, I said, you know what? Let me go back and see like the early '90s kind of hip hop era, right? And I was in love with it. While everybody was kind of during the 2009 towards 2012 era, where it's like I think that was like Waka Flocka Flames era, stuff like that. You know, I was going back in time. I was listening to Big Pun. I was listening to Big L, Wu Tang
Yeah.
Clan, all them.
Nice.
And I started having a love for like boom bap, and I was also having a love for heavy lyricism
Okay.
without talking about like pyramids and all that kind of stuff. I'm
Yeah.
not too much into conspiracy, rap. I don't think I got nothing against it, but that's just not for me.
Not
I like
yeah, not
stuff
what you
that's
do.
like, yeah, I
Yeah.
like stuff that's like heavy and kind of like
Yeah.
horrorcore. It's like,
No.
kidnap you kind of music.
Yeah, no, that makes sense, man. You're very lyrical in the music that you do. And it's funny that you mentioned metal too as well, because I could hear
Yeah.
some of that influence in some of the music that you sent over to me, especially the Fathoms album. I could see some of that
Yeah.
rock metal inspiration. It's pretty dope. But hey, man, with that,
Thank you.
what so you clued in that you listen to Atmosphere a little bit, and so do you like any other kind of music aside from metal and rap, or is that kind of what you stick to? Is that your bread and butter these days?
So right now I'm in a very transitional period. I've kind of like hopped a little bit away from the scene.
Yeah,
About 2 years before I moved to Hawaii, and like I got nothing against the scene, but the scene that I was in, it was like it's competitive in the sense of I had to
yeah,
compete with an aux cord versus people who have real talent with guitars and drums and everything like that. And
Sure.
you know, and it was kind of like a punk scene and everything. And I loved it. You know, I love, moshing. I love all that and everything like that. And it's just it's a mix, because I feel like I'm trying too hard to mix these two together. And
Okay.
I'd love to like branch out and go further into rock at some point in my life. But it's like I don't want to jump the gun too early. Right
Yeah.
now, I feel like I'm kind of trying to force myself into an area where I can adapt to, but the problem is it doesn't feel like it's authentically me. What
Okay.
authentically is me is being lyrical and
Yeah.
putting that onto like the test, to see what further breakthroughs I can make, whether that be through punchlines, whether that be through double entendres, and whether that be through
Yep.
just a long flow, you know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
or versatility, So I wanna kind of branch more back into what I'm good at, rather than, you know, entertain what people like more, because and at the end of the day, I can make my music and everything, and people could like it, but it's like if I don't like it, it's also
Yeah.
kind of a bit of, like this starts to feel like a job to me. It doesn't feel like
It's a great
I'm
point.
expressing myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hey, let me ask you this before we continue on. Have you got yourself into a good mosh pit before? Yeah.
Man, listen, there's no better mosh pit than being in the pit of my boy Breezy Supreme
Oh man.
performing. I've been in several mosh pits and everything like that, and I haven't been like to too much crazy ones. Like I've been to a Suicide Boys concert, and I've been moshing there. Flatbush Zombies, I have moshed there, and I moshed at a couple stuff, but I nothing like I
Yeah,
haven't
punch.
really gone to like heavy metal concerts to mosh pit.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I haven't had the chance to or the pleasure to, but
Yeah.
the closest I can get to that is my boy Breezy Supreme, and
That's great, man. I just
he throws some awesome shows.
I had asked that. I seen a video the other day where like some dude was like punching some other guy. I was like, what the fuck, man? I think in a controlled scene it might be good, but that's just pretty wild. That's awesome. Well, good,
Oh
man.
yeah.
Hey, talk to me about some key rappers or key albums that were fundamental in you becoming Young Dead Lake. Who are some of those rappers, or what are some of those albums that you can go back to today and just be like, man, this is something that really influenced?
Man, I have to go with Capital Punishment.
Oh, Big Pun. Yeah.
Capital Punishment.
Yeah.
Ever since I've heard Beware, the song Capital Punishment, and What You Gonna Do. Those were my
Okay.
top threes. When I started rapping and I started listening to Big Pun, it was I was writing my lyrics, and then I was going on Facebook and recording videos of me rapping on Facebook.
Nice.
And it was super cringe, but like, I had support. I did have people that were like, whether there be family members or some friends here and there, they would see me trying,
Yeah.
and then I would use that and eventually evolve more and more. I'd be like, no, I gotta rap like Pun. I gotta rap like Pun. And then I realized over time that there was many different rappers that have that kind of lyrical flow. I mean, obviously, I knew about Busta, I knew about Exhibit, I knew about all these people already. And I'm like, okay, what can I do to kind of draw bits and pieces of each of these rappers and then incorporate that into what I do while remaining myself and not
Yeah.
seeming like I'm trying to copy styles or trying to bite off flows. And it was like, okay, I learned the cadence of this person, and then I learned the cadence of this person, and then I flip it up in versatility. So I would go from one flow and then transition to another flow, or I would use a punchline from one artist, and then I would rewrite the lyrics completely to kind of find that punchline where it could be just as good or just as similar. Or I'll just start off, share a few words here and there. Another album would be probably Better Off Dead from Flatbush Zombies.
Yep. Okay.
Although that doesn't really count as an album because I think it's like an LP or an EP, but that was
Still.
that was like another footprint into my influence because
Yeah. It
I had my
hits you.
homeboy, yeah, I had my homeboy who showed me back when I used to skip school and everything, or skip class and go smoke in the woods with him. He told me about this album called Better Off Dead, by Flatbush Zombies, and I'm just like, no. And normally I don't really listen to recommendations, but I trust my voice, so I checked it out. It ended up being one of my favorite albums of all time.
Oh,
And ever since
nice.
then, I started looking into them individually because they work so well as a trio, but
Yeah.
they also work so well individually. And I was
Yeah.
like, they're fire,
That
man.
makes
Like,
it even
so
doper. Yeah.
hell yeah, man. It's like comes full circle, you know?
Great, man. Well, I have to familiarize myself with them and their music at some point, but Capital Punishment definitely high on my list too as well. So, hey, do you recall the moment that you started to start writing? Like, what was kind of that moment where you were like, I'm gonna try to put some pen to the paper and come up with some lyrics.
So when I first started, this was before I even wanted to rap. Um, it had to have been like around fifth or sixth grade where I was just writing poetry. And I wasn't like the best at it. All of my stuff was just Dr. Seuss rhymes and stuff. So, but I had a liking for it because I was just like, I wanted, the more I read about it, the more I saw like in between the lines, like little, not double entendres, but you know what I mean? Like little
Yeah.
things that it's like, wow, this one's powerful. This line's powerful too, you know? So over time, I started writing and then I stopped writing for a long period of time. And then in ninth grade was when um my boy came to me, my cousin, he came to me and he was like, hey, yo, listen to this. And I listened to the song and I'm like, oh wow, that's cool. Who's that? And he's like, that's me. And I'm like, what? What do you mean that's you? And he was just like, yeah, my boy Truco has a studio at his house and everything. So I just go over there and it was recorded. Now, mind you, I still talk to this person to this day. This is my homie, not Truco, but uh my cousin. Like we've been locked in since like second grade, and he's probably one of the best freestylers I know. He's like one of three that I know that are like
Amazing, huh?
like titans, absolute titans.
Yeah.
Um, He'll never go in a booth though. But he showed me like that was like around the time where he started getting into rapping and he was showing me some songs and I was just like I gotta go over there and check it out. So I go over there and they're doing kind of Spanish love song stuff, but I
Yeah.
kind of had my own idea of what I wanted to do. So then when I started doing it, they were kind of like, well, you should do this and everything, be part of our thing and also, talk about love songs and stuff. I'm like, no. So uh but as I was, doing that and I knew what I wanted to record, that's when I started writing a whole lot more. I started realizing, you know what? I might kind of like get into this. And then I started doing it. I started the Facebook videos and everything like that. And then over time, I just practice and practice and practice. Like I have a
Dope.
composition book that's like this thick, like almost like a textbook, of just writing and writing and writing, of just trying to find things. It's like, okay, does this sound good with this? Does this instrumental go with this? Oh man, should I slow it down here? Should I speed it up? And yeah, over time, that just kind of refined me and formed, what I can do today, pretty much. Just starting off with that.
Awesome, man. Hey, I remember those days and good times indeed. Hey, what about the story of your MC name? Where does Young Deadlight come from? What's the origin of that?
Oh man, so I have a song that I want to work on soon. I have it written already that I'm gonna that's gonna be a full explanation. But where it originally came from was there was a time period that I was going through a lot and I was really depressed and it had to have been maybe like 10 or 11 o'clock at night and I was just walking by myself around my neighborhood. And I live by a man-made lake, and it's not there anymore. I think they built a school over it or something, but it used to be in Glenridge Park, and I used to walk my dogs there a lot. But I came there one night, and I think I was a little drunk. I think I was, but I was going through some stuff, and I figured, you know what, like I don't want to be here no more, you know. So, trigger warning for
Yeah.
those who are listening. I wanted to take my life by jumping into the lake and essentially drowning myself. And I was like fighting the urge to do it. I was calling people and nobody was picking
Yeah.
up at the time. And there was a moment where I was like really visualizing trying to keep myself from fighting out of the water, just to just stay submerged as much as I possibly can.
Yeah.
And I noticed, I looked up and I noticed there was so many stars out that night, more than I've ever seen in my life. Like more than I've ever seen in that neighborhood because there's a lot of light pollution. So one part of me is confused because I'm like, why is there so many stars out? You know, the moon was bright too. It was I think it was a full moon that night, or almost a full moon. Whatever is that formation, right just before the full moon. But
Yeah.
I was looking at that and I was seeing so many stars, and it kind of calmed me down and brought and centered me and made me believe that I'm probably not alone in feeling the way that I'm feeling,
Yeah.
and
Absolutely.
I don't want to go out like this, or I don't want nobody to go out the same way or in have this, go through this kind of feeling. And maybe this is like the stars forming itself or showing itself to me was its form of telling me that you're not alone.
Yeah.
So maybe I can, it sounds a little corny and everything like
No,
that, but
not at all.
and in that sense, that's when I realized that's like I'm meant to be here. I'm meant to like help people or push people in a way, and that's I don't know if you've like heard being through what I sent you through Fathoms, but at the end there's a song called Sink or Float, and that's kind of like the idea of what kind of gave me the idea to be able to like try to make music that reaches out to people who may be going through the same thing, to let them
Yeah.
know that hey, they're not alone, and there there is a way out and there is a way through,
Yeah.
and there's a way
Absolutely.
around. You just gotta let them know that like no matter what fight or battle that they're going through, just because the battle is not the same for everybody doesn't mean that you're alone in the fight.
Yeah, man. Thank you for sharing that really hard story. I'm sure to get out, but yeah, hey, it's inspirational to know that you fought through it, and I think you're right, man. Sometimes you just get bogged down with all those problems, and then
Yeah, man.
you hope that at one point somebody can find that comfort in the network that's around them. So yeah, hey man, I'm glad you're here with us still doing your thing, man, because you're making good music.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, 100%. So you talked a little bit about Sink and Float, and that was from the Fathoms album that you released in 2022. Album is made up of 8 tracks. Hey, who produced the album? Was that you, or was that different
So
people?
so it's kind of a mix. Um, I've put some of my beats on there that I've created. And then there's also some beats from my homie and my old producer, Monkey, who I believe he made Box Cutter Freestyle. He was the one that
Ooh,
did
that was
that.
dope, man.
Yeah. Thank you. Goatman was something produced from, oh man, I wish I could remember his name right now. He's a dude I met in New York. He's so
Okay.
cool. I think it's Wolf. I think his name is Wolf or something like that. I gotta reach out to him, and see where he's at today. But it's kind of a little bit from everywhere. From past connections that I've made. It's a mix of stuff that I've worked on, and some little fillers here and there, some stuff that was in the back burner that I've never paid attention to, and just threw it right on there. So you know what? Let's see where this goes. Let's see how
Yeah.
this works.
Cool, man. Tell me the process of making the album and how long did it take? Was it just a combination of songs that you did and you just put together, or was it thematic? Or is there a
So
process to it?
so some songs were already out.
Okay.
Like if I remember the order, it goes Box Cutter I had put out to try to promote the album a bit. You
Yeah, that's a
know,
good one.
that
Really good
one,
one.
thank you. That one was like the one that I put out before I started working on the album. But I had some stuff prepared. I went to my homeboy Deacon. Shout out Deacon, doing his thing. But yeah, I used to go to him a lot, and we worked on the album together. I had a mix and an idea. One song on there wasn't meant to be on there because it was meant to be for a project that I was trying to work on. I tried to collect a couple of artists to go work on a project together. Didn't end up working out, so I just put that what my finished product was onto the album instead. Um, yeah, and it was like a mix of just trying to work on one thing at a time.
Yeah,
Put building this together.
it was a great combination of tracks. Tell me why you called it Fathoms.
So one part of it is because um I was thinking like, all right, I need something that's kind of water based, uh, that pertains to my name, you know?
Yeah,
So
no, it's
that
good.
pertains to my name, but I also want something that like kind of relates to water. I mean, like something about water is like it coincides with me. You know, like I'm a Cancer, I'm a water sign, but even if I don't believe in zodiacs and stuff like that, I've always related to water in like a weird way. Not like weird, but it it makes sense to me, So
Yeah,
I figured, what is I figured, you know what, there's a measurement to how, as corny as it sounds, how deep this goes. And it goes from like, oh, the shallow of imagery and kind of like horrorcore rap, and then it kind of slowly trickles onto what it slowly trickles into wordplay and then a little bit of hints of upbringing, and then it goes into where the stuff is that nobody likes to talk about.
yeah,
So I figured, well, if it goes deeper like that, then depending on how I organized it, I'll just name it Fathoms, because that's
I
not
like it.
not a typical word that you hear. It's
Hmm.
for those who don't know, a fathom is a unit of measurement in the ocean, how deep a submarine can go.
That's
You
right.
know, so it can go like if you're going through trenches and stuff in the water, then it goes in measures in fathoms, not miles below the ocean.
Hey, good man. I love the story behind it. So you said a couple of things though that I wanted to peel back because I had made a similar assessment too. You mentioned horrorcore. Do you consider yourself a horrorcore rapper? I got a little bit of that flavor in the Fathoms album.
So a little bit,
Okay,
a little bit.
some inspiration from it. Yeah,
There are little bits and pieces because it's kind of like my influence
yeah,
from growing up. I've listened to things like ICP and
yep,
Tyler the Creator and stuff like that, and I liked, as messed up as it sounds, I like talking about violence.
yeah,
It's kind of like an outlet for me, because there are times where I'm like, I get upset or I get angry, and then
yeah.
I want to act on certain things, and obviously, you can't always act out, your anger.
You just
Um,
express it through music.
exactly, it's just my outlet to be able to
Yeah,
express what I'm feeling and
I
everything,
understand.
so I can stay away from dangerous situations and
Yeah, no,
not get myself in trouble on some stupid stuff, throw my whole life
yeah.
away over one dumb act.
No, I totally understand. And so I've heard many people say that, hey, this is not me. This is just my way to blow some steam. Completely understand. And, I also heard a little bit of, my opinion to some early Slim Shady Eminem influence too as well.
Yeah,
But
it's in
yeah,
there.
yeah, no, it was cool, man. So I just thought, I was like, I wonder if he considers himself a little influence from the horrorcore rap scene. So interesting. Good, man.
Yeah.
It was really really dope album. And so now the cover makes sense to me. The blue background with ink look on your face. I mean, I thought it kind of looked like Spawn. It's just like comic book
Yeah.
character, but is that kind of like it goes along with the water scene too as well? Is that why you chose that?
So the idea how I came up with the album cover itself was I like the if you've ever played Call of Duty Ghosts, they've always
Oh,
worn these ski masks that have like these cool patterns of like a skull.
okay.
And I like that idea, so I figured I'd draw some inspiration from that. And my girlfriend helped me up with the makeup to make it look kind of like a skull.
Oh,
And
okay, cool.
yeah, and I just laid in my bathtub while she took pictures of me from like up top
Oh,
and
wow.
of my face, and I sent it to my brother to edit,
Okay.
because my
I
brother can
wasn't sure
do.
how you did that photo, so that's good. I got the
Yeah,
behind the scenes.
yeah. So I just had to sit there and kind of look like a corpse. So
Yeah.
I sent it to my brother, and then my brother came up with the idea for uh making the background look like a body of water or an ocean of some
Yeah.
sort. You know,
No.
so he did a nice touch putting the sharks in the in deep in the water and stuff, and he whited out my eyes. You know, I
Yeah.
told him everything. You know, and I asked my girlfriend to put like some type of thing on my lip to make it look like, you know, a body. And honestly, I picked the best person to cut to do my makeup. You know, she works with
All
you know,
right.
you
Yeah.
know,
Bodies, right?
corpses and
Yeah.
cadavers. So
Damn.
there you go. I'm like, just make me look like a person would look on the table, you
Oh,
know, at work.
Jesus.
So
Yeah.
she made it happen though. She made it
Yeah.
happen,
It was
and she did a
dope.
good job. My brother
Yeah.
did a good job with the cover and everything. I told him my ideas and how I kind of wanted it to look.
Yeah.
Um,
Is he a
and
computer graphic artist or he's just good with the
oh man,
computer?
my brother's a weird prodigy of
Okay.
just all types of different like technological talents. I don't even
Okay.
know where to start or begin.
Yeah. Good. Well, great album. My favorite tracks were Box Cutter and Hidden Lotus. Really enjoyed those songs. So props to you for a dope album. And I really, real quick, wanted to talk to you about some of the videos, right? You did a video for Box Cutter, ADHD, Roadkill, Crossflip. All pretty dope videos. Did you shoot those back in DC or where'd you
Um,
do it at?
so actually, Box Cutter and Cross Flip were filmed in Silver Spring, Maryland.
Okay.
So in Silver Spring, you know, they had like some stuff that they were working construction on the metro there, the metro stop there, so it was
Yeah.
closed out. So I just took the industrial kind of looking areas, and I've
Yeah.
also
It
went
was
up
dope.
to,
I like it.
yeah, I went up to a parking garage, and you know, my boy Breezy Supreme, he helped me out too because he was the person that let me know, hey, you need to come out with a video. It doesn't have to be something spontaneous, it doesn't have to be something amazing or out of this world and everything like that. I just need you to like come up with a video of some sort, to just plant your foot and get started, you know,
Yeah.
so that way you know where your rough draft is and where you can go from it, you know.
Sure.
So he helped me with that video a lot immensely. He came up and he was the one that shot it. um and I had my boy, oh man, I had my boy Greg edit it, and he was supposed to edit it a long time ago. He ended up like taking forever to do it, but in one night after procrastinating for so long, he finally got it all finished and ready to go.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah, fun to watch for sure.
Yeah. Although
Good. And
the little visuals wasn't quite the best. It was a good blueprint to show like, all right, this
yeah,
is where I could start, and then I know what to do and what not to do in the future.
yeah, I'm a big fan of just doing it and then you tweak it along the way. So, yeah, the hard part is just getting started and doing it. So I agree with your friend. Just hey, man, you got to get something out there, and then you make the next one better, and you make the next one after that better. So it's good just to have some product out there. So very important. Well, with that, hey, so it's an honor to speak with you about your past, about the music that you're doing, what you're up to. What are you working on these days?
So I've got some stuff that I've been working on. If you've heard the last song from my set, that's my newest song. I
Nice.
had put two unreleases on my set. It was the second song, and then it's gonna be that last song.
Okay.
That last song, I'm kind of starting to draw away from the kind of like dark stuff that I was working on before, as you saw on the Fathoms album, and I
Yeah.
want to transition more towards something that's a little bit more hip hop, you know.
Okay.
And I kind of want to draw influences from early 90s, you
Yep.
know, stuff like that, like, and get back into my roots of what I was good at doing to
Okay.
begin with. Um, and I got some ideas coming up. I do have other things that I need to record. Right now, it's more of as I go along. It's not so much a rush process. Fathoms, believe it or not, was a rush process.
Okay.
I wanted songs that I could perform and start moshes with and everything like that. And you know,
Oh,
getting
yeah.
people to mosh is great and all,
Yeah.
but I also want people to kind of like see that it's not just um music to jump around to, but music to really sit in your car and listen to as well, you know, to
Yeah.
enjoy yourself and be like the people who really like love hip hop can actually pick apart and be like, oh man, did you hear about this line? Oh,
Yeah.
he said this, and you know, people who are very analytical with how they listen to music. It's not
Yeah,
just about what sounds good. You know what I mean?
yeah,
It's also
I'm like that
about
myself, so I appreciate that.
absolutely. I love putting little Easter eggs in my music where
That's
people are like,
it.
"Oh shoot, I didn't even know he said this." You know?
Yeah. Well, good man. It's gonna be fun to look out for that. Definitely keep me posted when that's released. We can do some more again. But with that, I'd like to close out the interview with just some fun questions, some
Hell
lighthearted
yeah.
outside of music. So let's do that real quick. I am a big fan of comedy flicks. What are some of your favorite comedy movies of all time?
I'd have to go with "Don't Be a Menace to Society."
Classic, man.
Dude,
Yeah,
yeah, the part with the cheeseburgers always gets me. I
yeah.
love that movie.
That was definitely a classic pick. Good one, man.
A
All right.
close second would have to be 21 Jump Street. You know, I know
Oh,
very
okay.
basic stuff. I'm not really too
No,
much into Seth Rogen like that, but that was
that was a good movie too, man. I
yeah,
like that. But yeah, Don't Be a Menace too was really good. And it had a good soundtrack. The soundtrack of that movie was really dope too.
hell yeah, man. I
Good,
love Don't Be a Menace to Society. It's
good.
all there's so many memorable parts, and
Yeah,
even to this day, like it's still talked about. You know,
yeah, for sure. All right. A favorite food. What do you like to eat?
shoot. Uh I'd have to say mofongo.
Okay.
Mofongo is mashed plantain.
Yep.
Um, but it's a Puerto Rican dish or Dominican dish. I don't know who started it first, to be honest. I don't care to fight about it. But it's good. It's just mashed plantain. You throw some chicken bouillon on top or beef broth of some
Yep.
sort. You know, you
That's
eat it
it.
with shrimp or chicken or chuletas, which is like pork bits. It's really good. I I,
Nice.
I I gotta find a mofongo place out here. I know there's a lot of Puerto Ricans out here, so I'm bound to land a restaurant at some point.
Yeah, no doubt. Sounds really good. All right, man. Hey, if they did a movie about your life, celebrity you would want to play you in the movie.
Um, shit. What's his name from? Damn, that was another good movie. I should have named. I can't remember the name of it. He was the guy. He was McLovin.
Oh,
That dude.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I want him
Okay.
to play me. I got so many jokes growing up as you know, people called me him left and right. I want
Uh-huh.
him to play me.
Hey, that's cool, man. Good sport.
Yeah.
All right, man. Hey, favorite song. A song that puts you in a good mood no matter what.
Um, it's Lil Uzi and Future.
Okay.
What's the name of it? It's not Stripes Like Burberry. They had an album together. I think it's Baby Pluto.
Okay. All right. Good.
That one's like that.
Okay. All right. Favorite
Yeah.
slang word.
Uh, Ja like
Okay.
Ja like.
I'm not
You
familiar
gonna
with
hear
that
that a
one.
lot when you go to DC.
Okay. Can you explain it real quick?
Ah man, how do I explain Ja? So Ja is kind of like uh, it's kind of like JHI, like I think that's how it's spelled, or
Okay.
JYE. It's just a way of saying, oh man, there's no it doesn't really have a it's not really a word.
Right.
It's
People
just
say it.
you say it before you do something. So I'm like, Ja like, I'm about to go and do this. Or
Okay.
I'm Ja like tired, man. You know?
Okay. Yeah.
You gonna hear it a lot, and I still to this day can't really tell you what it means.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just an
You just
expression.
know. You just know. Yeah.
It's just it's more of an expression than it is a word. You
Is
know,
it more modern day or is that from when you were growing up? Yeah. So first time I've heard that.
you gonna hear it. You gonna hear it a
East
lot
Coast.
to this day. To this day,
Okay.
I don't feel like that word's ever gonna get retired.
Okay. And that was from when
Yeah.
you were a kid.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. Cool. All
Yeah.
right. Good
You
one,
gonna
man.
hear people who make sentences that doesn't seem like it makes sense. So you'll be like, "Ja, like I'm gonna head to the store, cop me some woods. Me and little Shawty gonna go. Yeah, that's another
Okay.
one. We're gonna go. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah is an adjective for we're about to go and engage in some type of activity, whether that
Okay.
be smoking, drinking, having sex, robbing. You know, all types of different connotations for it.
That's
But
funny.
yeah, it's just we're gonna get do an activity. You fill in
Okay.
the blanks.
All right. That's a good one. All right.
Yeah.
Do you believe in aliens?
Hell yeah,
Hell
absolutely.
yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
For sure.
I caught. I caught a video of a star the other day, and I put it on my story,
Uh-huh.
and it was moving. It was so weird. It was like one star is still, and the other star is passing by it, and I caught it on video the
That's
other
funny.
day. Listen, Hawaii has such a beautiful skyline when it comes to the. It doesn't have any almost no light pollution when you're on a roof,
Yep.
and you can see so much of the stars and everything and all the constellations. I
Nice.
catch shit every couple of weeks up there. Like
I hear you,
there's
man.
something weird, you know?
I
But
agree.
yeah, absolutely, I believe in aliens, man. There's no way. I
No
don't. I
way.
don't feel like anybody has the right not to believe in aliens after the government confirmed that that video that they caught when they were doing the.
Yeah,
I
all the
think they were
crazy
doing
lights.
F-15s. You
Yep.
know, they were doing that practice run with the fighter jets, and they caught some weird. What is it? UAF now? What is it?
Yeah.
Whatever it's called. It used to be UFO, but now they
Right.
call it UAF or something. Um, and they're like, what is that? And it's like this black and white and this little black dot that's just pretty much like flying just as fast as they are. Then it's gone.
Crazy,
They
right?
confirmed that that was a real thing, and they released that video. You know, and I don't know. I don't know, to be honest. I just know like we can't be the only ones
Yeah,
here.
that's right. That's right. That's a fair assessment.
I also feel like people kind of think too much about how like why are they checking us out? The way that I see it, it's like they're either one of two things. They're either scientists that are conducting surveys on other planets, just as we
Sure.
conduct surveys whenever we
Yeah.
go to the rainforest and look at plants or animals, or they're frats making fun of the monkeys. That's pretty much what we do. We go to the
Right,
zoo and
right.
we're like, look
You
at
go to
this stupid
zoo.
monkey over here dancing. And then
Yeah.
that's basically what they're doing. They're like, hey, let's go to Earth and look at the idiot humans, you know?
That's funny.
I'm pretty sure that's one or the other. That's how one of them crashed in Roswell because one of them was drinking and driving, probably. One of those aliens.
All right, good. Hey, that was great.
Hell yeah.
Hey, my final question for you: if you could have a meal with anyone, past or present, dead or alive, who would it be?
Dude, man, I don't know. A meal with anyone present, dead or alive. It's I guess it's obvious. It's probably be Big Pun. I'd
Okay.
like to talk to him,
Yeah.
find out how he, how he does it, how he does it. How does he master his breath control? How does he gain the
Put the words
lyricism
together. Yeah.
and put it together? And then it just sounds like he's just talking. That's the
Yeah.
one thing that's always been different about Pun from every other lyricist. Not only can he rap fast and rap, with such punchlines and such a versatility with every syllable, it doesn't never sounds like he's trying to stay on beat. It just sounds like
Right.
talking, and he naturally is on beat.
Sounds great. Yeah.
Yeah.
That
So I
diddly,
have to figure
diddly,
out how he
diddly.
does
I'm
it.
like, oh man. Yeah.
I need the formula. Him or Big L? One of
Yeah.
him or Big L, probably.
Both good picks, man. All
Hell
right,
yeah.
man. Hey, well, with that, hey, that was a fun session. Thank you for your time again. I appreciate you. Any
Thank
final
you.
words before we close this interview out? Let me turn the floor to you.
Shoot. Don't let the doorknob hit you where the good Lord split you. Amen.
Love it, man. Okay, man. I look forward to getting this interview out. Keep in touch, and yeah, man, it's gonna be a good one.
Hell yeah, man. I appreciate you even reaching out, and I appreciate doing this. It's my
All
first
right,
one.
man.